Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video, or welcome if it's the first one. How are you doing? You doing okay? I'm doing okay. I had a bit of a walk today in Osaka Castle Park. It's quite sunny today actually. It's the start of November here. It's a public holiday too. It's Culture Day. So I thought I'd walk around the park and have a look around. They had some special festival floats out, so you spoiler alert, you're going to see those in this video. Because today, yes, I am finally moving on to the final part of my Best of Osaka mini series. So since, 2021 in spring, I've been going around to different areas of Osaka Prefecture and collecting footage of the what I think are the 50 best places to visit in Osaka. Which means that now, because this is the last one, the next time I update this series, it's going to be the big final 50 mega video, which I'm going to update a little bit. I'm going to re-edit it a bit and make it look all nice. That was my kind of grand work for this channel. That's the reason I started this channel in the first place. But we're not quite there yet. I've got a few more bits to do before I finish that off. So today I'm going to focus on East Osaka Prefecture, the final area. Check out the playlist. I've linked that in, I think on the end of this video you can see the playlist. But the Best of Osaka playlist on my channel. I've been going around to each area of Osaka Prefecture, like Central, South and so on, and introducing interesting places in those areas. So today, yeah, like I said, I'm going to go to East Osaka. I'll just get into the list in a moment, so I'll stop talking, but please like, subscribe, comment, share this video. The channel's taking off a little bit now, so I hope you can keep sharing and introducing this to your friends, especially if they're coming to Japan or Kansai area. I'd appreciate that, and they can see all the lovely things to see in Osaka. So yeah, let's enjoy that, and I'll see you on the other end. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's kick things off with a bit of excitement at Hirakata Park. This is the oldest amusement park in Osaka. It was opened in 1910. Still popular among the local people. But you can see it's showing its age a little bit, but nicely decorated for Christmas there. Actually, this was still Halloween when I visited, so you can see some old-fashioned attractions, shooting galleries and so on. But as you expect, has the normal attractions you hope for in an amusement park. We've got are they called chairplanes? I think they're called chairplanes, spinning around there, and some more substantial attractions at the back. It's a slightly unusual park because you pay for entrance. It's not very expensive to get in. It's about, well, it varies depending on how you book it, but it's about 1,800 yen. And you actually buy tickets for individual rides after that. So it's quite cheap to enter, and then you can take advantage of whatever you want to do. So this is the Red Falcon. This is one of their main roller coasters. And they've even got a wooden roller coaster there. Oh, mind your head. Which is called the Elf. Yeah, wooden roller coasters are a bit hard to come by, but there we go. Lots of fun for everybody. So like I said, you buy tickets for each of these individual rides, so you can decide how much you want to spend. For some reason there's some monkeys as well. Oh, a bit of a jump scare. There's not even a zoo, it's just some random monkeys, and even a lesser panda, red panda, over there, just posing for the cameras. So yeah, fun for all ages. And there's always a giant Ferris wheel. This nice rainbow coloured one is called the Skywalker. Hopefully the what's his name? George Lucas. Hope his lawyers aren't watching. And you get some nice aerial views of the Elf roller coaster and the kind of surrounding area. Got to clean those windows. And you can see the Red Falcon as well. And some of the surrounding scenery as well. This is kind of between Osaka and getting off towards Kyoto. So you can get here by the Keihan Railway. While you're in Hirakata, you might want to visit the Hirakata T-Site. The T stands for Tsutaya, which is a popular company that specializes in rentals in Japan. So this is one of their flagship stores. They moved into kind of the book selling area too. There's a Starbucks that's always full. And you can go shopping for books. They've got all kinds of books. Japanese bookshops are really wonderful if you're into that, because they're huge. People buy a lot of books in Japan. But they're also good if you're into Instagram too, because they're very Instagrammable spots where they've got these huge bookshelves. Don't ask for the book at the top corner, but you can take pictures there. Very Instagrammable. Although somebody set up a big art shop right next to one of the main spots, so hopefully that's a temporary one. As well as books, you can top up on stationery too. Japanese stationery shops are always exciting for me, even though I'm not creative in the slightest. And of course manga, as far as I can see, all types, all genres. See if you can find the one you're looking for. You can even buy other things too here, like some vinyl records. And as I said, Tsutaya was famous as a rental shop. It still is. You can rent DVDs if you've got a member's card, even rent CDs. This is a good way for people to get their hands on some music, because CDs are quite expensive in Japan. And you can even rent manga, which I was a bit surprised by. It's a bit like a library, I suppose, except not free. The rental market's going down a bit, but it's still hanging in there. And T-Site has a few other specialist shops. There's a chocolate shop here. We've got some supermarkets, even a few restaurants too. So definitely check that out for a break after going to Hirakata Park. Next on our list is the Tenjinbashisuji Shopping Street. This is apparently the longest covered shopping street in the world. So that stretches for about 2.6 kilometers. And there's all sorts of things here. It's not an expensive shopping area, but you can see lots of fashion shops. We've got fruit shops, greengrocers, and there's a lot of history in the area too. We'll get to that in a moment. You can see some models as you cross the street. From end to end, it takes a good sort of 30 minutes to walk down there. So everything you need. You can buy some takoyaki if you feel you need some energy on the way. Takoyaki, of course, being one of the famous street foods of Osaka. And you can also visit one of the most famous and oldest shrines in Osaka, which is Osaka Tenmangu. This was built in the 900s, so it's all over 1,000 years old now, and is famous for the Tenjin Festival, which happens in July. So please check the schedule when that's going to happen. The Tenjin Festival is one of the big ones. It's looking quite crowded here. This is what happens if you come at the start of January. This is for Hatsumode, the first shrine visit of the year. You can see very crowded but orderly, and there are people paying their respects to the gods for the next year. So try Hatsumode if you're here around Christmas, but be ready to line up because it gets very crowded. This is a big one. And you can get an omikuji, which is a fortune. You can tell your fortune for the year. And if you don't like it, you can tie it up on these trees, fold it up and wrap it around the branches, and you can leave that bad luck behind. If you're in the mood for a walk, you can come to Tsurumi Ryokuchi Park on the outskirts of Osaka City. And this is a nice park in all seasons. This is autumn here. But it was also the host of the 1990 Flower Expo. So there's a lot of regional themed pavilions here. There's a giant windmill representing the Netherlands, of course, which is in front of a kind of temporary flower park. So seasonally they change these flowers out. So we've got cosmos here, but if you come during cherry blossom season, they've got some tulips as well. At different seasons you've got all different kinds, marigolds and whatnot. It's a very nice place to walk and get some nice photos. A little bit artificial, but it's still good. Like I said, there are those national pavilions. This is the Canadian garden from the 90s. This is the Korean garden, I think. And of course there's a Japanese garden too. There's a tea house at the back there, which you can enjoy some green tea and some sweets. And some naughty geese there too. And a lovely water feature. Japanese water garden, of course, you need a little waterfall. And this is a lovely place to come if you want to see the cherry blossoms. So come maybe the start of April. Definitely check the forecast for these ones so you can enjoy the lake with the cherry blossoms. Because the season can vary a bit and it's quite short. But if you want to go indoors, you can go to the Sakaya Konohana Kan, which is a kind of indoor botanical garden. They've got tropical flowers too, this kind of jungle area. Got some nice lily pads too. And some beautiful orchids. I think they're orchids. My flower knowledge is not perfect. And other various tropical flowers. I think that's a hibiscus. And some, I don't know what kind of tree this is. It's obviously retaining a lot of water. Speaking of retaining water, there's a lot of dry area flowers too. A nice cactus garden too. And even an alpine garden. You can see the mountain flowers too. There's even some polar flowers if you want to see those. And a nice big plaza where they sometimes have performances, cultural dances and things like that. Speaking of flowers then, if you want to see cherry blossoms but you just missed the main season, you might want to go to Zoheikyoku, which is the Osaka Mint. This is quite central in Osaka, and they open their gates for about a week every year for special viewing to the public of the famous cherry blossoms. This is famous for a variety of cherry blossoms too, so there's all kinds of different cherry blossoms. That's why the blooming times are a little bit different to the main, like a standard Yoshino cherry blossoms. It is free to go in, I believe, but recently you've had to book because it's so popular, so remember to book online as soon as you can. So all different kinds of big fluffy cherry blossoms. So this is quite close to the Kyobashi station, so this is quite easy to access. And there is, if you miss the cherry blossom season, you can always walk through here, even when they're not blooming. But there is a nice Osaka Mint museum as well. Now we can move on to Nakazakicho, which is a kind of bohemian, old-fashioned, but remodeled area. So a lot of old style buildings here haven't been knocked down, but they're getting converted into kind of fancy cafes and nice shops. So there's a strange little map about the place there. But go and enjoy the atmosphere. You can see the kind of mix of modern and historical buildings. Got a very bohemian vibe. So there's nice old traditional buildings. I think this place was selling organic granola, so that kind of gives you an idea. But it's a nice place to just wander around. There's a few cafes. Well, there's a lot of cafes too, so you can just relax and chill out if you want a nice light day. Get used clothes there, some curious decorations. But yeah, very nice chilled out place to walk around. You can buy some flowers too. You can check out the cool tanuki. And yeah, like various restaurants too. There's an Italian there. We've got what's that say? Dress sippy. There's some, I don't know what half these things are. It's definitely a vibe anyway. If you want to take some nice Instagram pictures, go for that. Certainly plenty of people doing that when I was there. Or you can go to this nice restaurant, which is called the Salon de Amanto. Because you see this has been repurposed as a nice kind of restaurant cafe. But they've got a lot of the formal furnishings in there too. A little bit rugged. And the crown jewel is the Osaka Castle Park. This is right in the centre of Osaka. This was recently celebrated its 90th anniversary of being open to the public. You can have a nice walk around there. If you come on a special day, you might see a festival display. So this was on Culture Day in November. So they had a lot of danjiri from Kansai area on display. And this is a very large castle park. There's several moats as well. I think this is the one of the inner moats. You can cross over this beautiful bridge into the main, like a Honmaru, where the castle is. And of course the centerpiece of this is Osaka Castle itself. This is not an original one. It's burnt down a few times since it was built in 1583. The latest version has elevators, so it's a fairly modern era version. And it's got some nice views from the top, so definitely check that out. You can take a gold boat around the moat if you want to, which costs about 1,300 yen. Which you can also look out into the Nishinomaru Garden, which is a very popular place to go for cherry blossoms as well. As you can see, fully bloomed. It's a very spectacular sight. You can see right next to Osaka Castle. Very popular place for picnics as well. There's that gold boat one more time. It's quite cheap to get in as well. The price does vary depending on the season, but it's less than 500 yen usually. You can see wedding photography happening here. I've had some nice picnics in this area. And just kind of wander around, really enjoy the season. Osaka Castle Park is a beautiful place to see the cherry blossoms. Also the autumn leaves are quite nice too. You can see the ginkgo leaves changing in late November. I think I took a lot of footage of cherry blossoms, so I really wanted to use it. There we go. So definitely walk around there. It's a good place for jogging as well if you need to get your fitness in while you're on vacation. Completely unrelatable though. I never exercise at all when I'm on holiday, or ever really. So definitely check that out. And if you come in kind of early March, you can see the plum blossoms. They have a plum blossom grove too. So definitely check out the seasonal delights of Osaka Castle Park. And that's it. Okay, I'm going to hand back to myself, but thanks for watching. Okay, thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you now know some of the treasures of East Osaka. We've got that amusement park, we've got the castle, we've got some nice parks to walk around and enjoy Japanese nature as well as culture. So, like I said, this is the end of the individual area videos for the best of Osaka. So my next step is to make the final top 50 video. It's not going to be a ranking, it's just going to be a compilation. But I'm not just jamming those videos together. I'm going to make a proper video with kind of edited highlights. It's not going to be as long as 8 videos, so don't worry. But please subscribe to this channel just to remember it's coming, and of course like this video, that'll help me a lot. I've got a couple of other places that kind of slipped through the cracks when I was doing my other ones, so the new places I've discovered after I did that area. So there'll be a few more surprises in the top 50 video, so look out for that. Look out for some more channels on here. I appreciate your support every time, so thank you very much and see you next time. Bye.